Hey everyone, I'm Mark Rawls, like Lou Rawls, except I'm white. I can't sing. Because I only have a few minutes, first I want to thank each of you for coming this evening. Because your presence here means that we Tennesseans have the strength, honor, and faith necessary to regain control of our government. Because I only have a few moments, I want to start by sharing with you who I am, and then I'll share with you my political beliefs. I grew up in the housing project in East Jackson, and then an orphanage in Nashville, Tennessee. Now, unlike some who grew up under these circumstances, I refused to allow them to become a disadvantage. As a young man, I decided that if I was going to overcome these situations, that I was going to have to develop a whole lot of practical knowledge, common sense, Steve called it that, and academic knowledge. Now, because I was able to develop both, I was allowed to work full-time during my final 2 years of high school at the Tennessee General Assembly, where I learned how our government operates from the inside out. After high school, I joined the United States Air Force, where I worked on some top-secret electronic equipment, and I earned the use of the GI Bill. After my enlistment, I entered college, and with the GI Bill and working full and part-time jobs, I was able to earn 2 degrees in 4 years, a degree in psychology and a degree in social work. I'm not here to analyze anyone, except maybe these guys. But after I graduated from college, I moved back to Jackson, Tennessee, where I found a job I really loved. I became a job development specialist for a federal jobs training program. By working directly with business owners, personnel managers, and plant managers, I was able to develop jobs for people by offering tax incentives and job training cost reimbursement. So when I say that I have created jobs, I mean literally. But unfortunately, this job did not pay very much. So in order to provide for my family, I took my present job, which is a sales manager for a company out of Cleveland, Ohio. What of my family? My wife and I have raised 4 boys. We have 12 grandchildren and 6 great-grandchildren, and another on the way. And my political beliefs. I believe our nation is at crisis, and we are at a crossroads. Over the next 2 to 6 years, our Congress will decide if we will try to be the democratic republic that our forefathers meant for us to be, or whether we will become a socialist or a communist country. Now, I cannot stand idly why the men and women of our current Congress make such a critical decision. Because if they are as imprudent with this decision as they have been with others, then the opportunities and the choices, which is our freedom, of all of our children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren will be lost. How did we reach this crisis? Since the Ronald Reagan administration and Newt Gingrich's contract with America, Republicans, Blue Dog Democrats, and all other conservative politicians have acted out of the strength or the honor to defend our civil society. The words of President Reagan, freedom is never more than a generation away from extinction, must have fallen on deaf ears. But now that liberalism and globalism and unrestricted changes are being forced into our lives, we, as our forefathers did, must decide, will we live by ruling ourselves, or will we submit to the rule of others? Because a second revolution has already begun in our country. This revolution is not being fought with weapons, but rather with words and ideas. The globalists and the liberalists who would have us sell and give away our country must not be allowed to be the winners. But rather, once again, we must be the people. Thank you.